Hello and welcome to my channel, and today we're doing a kitting up. Let's get started. Right, so if you've seen the unboxing that I did a couple of days ago, you'll know which painting this is going to be. It is I See You by Rosie Smith, and it's a Diamond Art Studio kit. This is one of their new artists, and as soon as I saw it, I was just like, yeah, I've got to have, look at this handsome boy. He is absolutely gorgeous. And so I'm going to be doing this for their April event for Purple Showers 2024. I think they have that every April. And I was going to do outside the Sweetshop, but this one came out and it's a bit smaller. It's only a 60 by 60. The other one is a 60 by 80 and it has 197 colours. I've got an unboxing of that as well if you're interested. But yeah, I thought, do you know what? I've still got quite a lot of whips on the go, and they're all in hand. But I thought, do you know what? Let's just take the opportunity to do a slightly smaller painting for once. And it's only got 89 colours. So, yeah. Right. Now, what I'm going to put this in, I actually got the, I had a last minute panic. So this is the Art Dot. It's the 240 set. But I'm only going to be using 2 trays, and the third tray is like on another tier. I would have done an unboxing of that, but I literally only got it yesterday, and yeah, I had a last minute panic because originally I was going to do outside the Sweetshop, like I say, which has 197 colours. Let me get into this. Get rid of that. Right, so I've made a bit of a mess, but they're mostly still in order. I'll be switching around the pots anyway. Let me get this. But yeah, what was I saying before I was going to avoid the crinkling? So, yeah, so I was going to do outside the Sweetshop originally, and I thought, oh, I'll just buy this 240 set. And then I changed my mind, but I forgot it. So I was like, oh, I don't need the 240 yet. And forgetting that I didn't have any storage for this either. So yeah, last minute panic buy of some storage. Got the 240 and okay. Let me think for a second. I need to decide what order to do this in. So yeah, I got my pen in case I need to write anything. Got my scissors, as we'll be cutting labels. Got my tray. There's always something usually that I forgot. We have two sheets of stickers. Right. Yes. Let me. Oh, I should have turned this up the other way around, shouldn't I? And then the numbers would be on the top. Welcome to my channel, where chaos reigns. I'm a bit haphazard. It's just how I am. But yeah, so can't remember what I was saying. I think I was just saying that I ended up, so I bought the 240 set because I'll need it for outside the Sweetshop in the future anyway, but we're just using 2 levels. But what we're gonna do is we are gonna cut these labels. These are the new sticker sheets that they have at Diamond Art Studio, and I do like them because they're all one sticker. Yet ironically, because they're so big, like, so in the past, this used to be individual, this used to be individual, this used to be individual. And I didn't really like that. I just wanted to pull one sticker off. But with the change, they've also made it bigger. And yeah, that does not fit on the top of my pot. In fact, I think the only pots these would fit on is probably, unless you're going to use the baggies, but then the baggies still have their own numbers on, is the Elizabeth Ward style one. So what we're going to do is we're going to very carefully, we're going to cut here, and we are still going to use the numbers. I haven't quite decided what order I'm going to put this in, because usually, oh, bend that way, I'll get my scissors in. What I usually do is I go in DMC order for my high colour kits, but they're also my cross stitch conversions. So I don't have to worry about finding the colours because they're all in I use Pattern Keeper. And then for smaller kits, you know, I'll just use the numbers off the side. I'll keep them in order, like this order, 1, 2 to 23 type order. And yeah, but I think 89 might be pushing that. But I do still want to keep the numbers on, because if I cannot find a number, then that might help me track it down. A symbol, I mean. Right. I'm talking far too much, so let's do them all at once, and then I don't have to worry about it later. But yes, we are very haphazard here, the royal we. I make decisions on the fly. I don't plan anything, which is great for you because then you get to watch things go horribly wrong. Sometimes people give me tips in the comments, and I appreciate them, but rest assured, I'm pretty sure I know most of the tips. Keep giving me though. I always appreciate tips, but yeah, quite often I know them. It's just not me. It's not my personality. Right, so I think I've got everything. I usually forget something, but I think this should be straightforward because we just got baggies. So let's start with this one. What we're going to do, I must remember not to put the wrong thing. Right, we're gonna start. Oh, now this is brand new. Oh, look how tight that was. I do like the art dot stuff. So what we're going to do, let's set the tone for the video. We are going to put the sticker on first. Now, obviously, these trays are trays of 80. See, even that only just fits on. They are a bit too big. It could do with just like less space around it. Oh, little toot toot. And I think what I'll do is I'll put, it does mean working with 2 sticker sheets, which is a bit of a pain, but I think I'm still going to keep this number system on it as well. Right, now we're going to take the lid off. I live in London. Let's get all the qualifiers out the way first. If you're new to my channel, then I live in London and I live on a through route. And so I'm near a junction with traffic lights. So yeah, sometimes there are engines ticking over while people are waiting for the lights to change. Sometimes there's a little toot of the horn or a terrible exhaust. I also have the emergency services go through because while I do live near a set of traffic lights, because I'm opposite a school, so that's why there are lights. But apart from that, the rest of the road doesn't have much to slow traffic down. So it's a bit of a through route for the emergency services. Let's put that empty bag thing over there. One down. One down. But it does sometimes mean there's a siren going to go past. It is what it is. No. Right. Let's do this one. But we don't have any school kids today because I think it's very quiet. They was there yesterday, but today it's quiet. So I'm guessing they've broken up for Easter break. Usually they're out in the playground. They're young kids, so they're like the lower school. So it's kind of 6 or 7 through to 11. They get very excited when they're in the playground. Very excited. So yeah. At least I'm not dealing with that. Right, I think I've got it all out of the way with. Oh, we got a bit of static. I knew I'd forget something. There's always something I forget. I forgot my dryer sheets. I might have to get them. Look at that. Can you see that? It's just go, go, go. Yeah, I forgot about static. Oh, go on. Do you know what? I think I'll open that little hole there. I don't know actually. I've never actually used this tray for anything. No, that was all right. We'll see how it goes. If they start giving me proper, I don't mind 1 or 2 now and then going a bit staticky, but if there's a lot, we will resort to the dryer sheets. Number 3. But yeah, I don't think this is going to take very long, which is good. Because it's Thursday before the Easter, so tomorrow, I don't know if it is everywhere, but on Friday here in the UK, well, Friday and Monday, we have a holiday. And like, oh look, I've dropped a drill there. That would be, which one was it? That one. No drill escapes me. Not now that I do my conversions. Not square drills anyway. Right. Again, already forgotten what I was saying. Oh yeah, like most people, you know what it's like with holidays. Vacation time, whatever. You always, like, It's not like you don't do the work. You just have to fit more work into a less time in order to have the days off. So this week has been a bit busy. In fact, the last 2 weeks really has been a bit busy. I've had a bit of a busy month because I had another 4-day weekend at the start of the month with that was like paid time off. My other half had the long weekend, so yeah, I'm having to do a lot of cramming work into 4 days instead of 5. Let's do number 4, and the result is not a lot of videos and not a lot of less diamond painting as well. Boo. But yeah, it's fine. And then after Easter, it should calm down a bit until we get to our next bank holiday, which is the beginning of May. But we'll worry about that when we get there. But yeah, I had a really nice stash of backup videos for when I would be busy, which to be fair has worked out because I've been busy and I've still been able to post videos. But I haven't. Now I'm feeling like I don't have my comforter anymore. My cushion of videos. We're all caught up. When I've post this, I've only got one video to go that's saved, which is another Heaven and Earth design, my conversion whip and chat. So yeah, see, these are nice big numbers, but it's a little bit too much white space. Oh look, I think the problem with this tray, this is the first time I've used this tray for kitting up. I like a big tray, but usually I'll pick a white one. But this is the Dreamer Designs one, and I thought I'll try that because it's got the spout. It's a big tray and it's got the spout that I can, you know. But I'm finding now that I'm not seeing the dark colours that stick in the bottom of the tray. So maybe I'll go back to the white one next time. It's all trial and error, isn't it? Right, number 5 is 310. Right, I might need 2 jars. Oh, that's what I was saying. So each of these trays is 80 bottles. So, and there's 89 colours in this painting. So obviously there's going to be a lot of spare. But a few of these colours I think won't fit in one pot. So yeah, that's not even close to one pot. So yeah, we will. Now, where's my spare ones? I've got some spare ones on here, but they're really glossy, and I don't know whether it will write on it. I've got this. This is one of these pigment ink, those. They're waterproof and stuff, so I'm hoping it'll be able to write on this. I'm just going to write, but I'm not going to bother with I can't even see the cut mark. Let's just call it 310. I do not need the symbol on it or anything like that. But I'll try not to touch it while the ink dries. In fact, let's put it in the pot. Put it in the next pot. And then hopefully the ink will dry by the time I put the label on. That is the plan. It won't happen. Oh, am I going to need 3 pots? Wow. Well, usually I just leave it in the bag if there's that much extra, but I've got the space. I'll write myself another 310 label. I'll do it there. Easy peasy. Right, let's do that one as well then. Oh! God, I'm an idiot. Forgot to take the lid off. That's what happens when you decide to put the sticker on afterwards. Like, it's all because it's all see-through. You didn't see that. That did not happen. You know why it didn't happen? Because this is a professional channel. I'm an experienced diamond painter. I've been doing it for, I don't know. I've had the channel, I think, 3 years at this point. Maybe, but yeah, no, coming up to 3 years, I think I've had my channel. This channel anyway, my diamond painting one. But I was diamond painting before then and just posting it on my adult colouring one. And then I decided to split it off because, you know, people who are interested in colouring, not necessarily interested in diamond painting. Though there is a lot of cross-pollination, but not that much, I don't think. And that's when I decided to start my Heaven and Earth designs. And I thought, you know, if I'm going to be posting about that all the time, people are going to get fed up real quick. Right, so let's put this sticker on. Let's see. Yeah, it's dry. Excellent. Most excellent. So we've got 310 there. We'll be a bit more cautious with this one because I wrote it out later. But it appears to have the permanent pigment, no, pigment ink, water and Copic proof. I don't know what Copic proof means, but whatever. But it works. It works on the shiny paper. That's all that matters. Right, 310. Right. Next one. Where's my sheet? On. Oh, there it is. Oh my God. But yeah, so you'd think I'd be really good at this right now, but I'm not. I'm here to make everybody else feel good and really pro. Number 6. Right, 315. Okay, so we are getting a little bit static, but not... it's in the tolerable range. So this one seems okay. In you go. But yeah, as soon as I saw this painting, I mean, he's just... Oh, he's such a handsome boy. I can't wait to see this, like, in diamond painting form. He's going to be so good. So I do plan to, I've nearly finished my, right, let's put the sticker on. So right, sticker first, 317. I've nearly finished my True Love by Curtis Reichowich. That's a Dreamer Designs picture. It's a round. I started that at the beginning of February, and now obviously it's the end of March. So that gives you an idea of how slow I am. Though, to be fair, I've been working on multiple projects, but yeah, so I've just got a row of that left, bit over. So for some people, Easter might mean more time to diamond paint. For me, it's probably going to be less, so I won't get that finished until next week. And yeah, so I'll make a start on this one just because you know, it's always fun to start a new project, isn't it? So I will start this not till. Well, the event starts on April the 1st, but that's the bank holiday Monday. So I doubt if I'll be able to do it then. That's hopefully today. Today is when I'm posting the video on April 1st, is the plan. Because I can't actually work on it. But then, where's number 8? Right, number 8. But then I'll definitely be working on it, like, on the I'll probably start it on the Tuesday. And I was thinking as well, if you're interested, I'll do a little... usually my whip and chats are for my cross-stitch conversion. But occasionally, I'll do a whip and chat on a different painting, like one of my off-camera projects. Like the last one I did was the Curtis Reichowich one. I did that for Valentine's Day because it was called True Love. Look at me being all like I'm all pro with my theming. It was complete luck. We don't do Valentine's Day, so it's complete luck. It just happened to be that was the painting I'd started. But we did that for Valentine's Day chat. But normally I don't do number 9. Normally I don't do whip and chats for other paintings. But I'll do one for this because it's the event. And I really do not do a lot of events. I don't know what it is. There's something wired in my brain that the minute you give me that sort of deadline, like it starts to feel like I have to do it, and it feels like work, and then the brain says, you don't want to do it anymore. I know you wanted to do it at the start, but now you don't want to do it anymore because like you have to. But fortunately, so that, as such, I don't do many events, but fortunately this event, I will leave a link to, obviously I'll leave a link to this painting down in the description, but I will also leave a link to Diamond Art Studios Facebook page, which, well, to the post where I think you'd have to watch this today, though, unfortunately. I think the last date for entries is April 1st. But, no. I've gone the opposite way around. I'm trying to put the sticky on open space. But at least I did remember the number. Right, let's get that on. Always stuck to my finger. Get off. But yeah, this is a very relaxed event. So obviously it has to be a Diamond Art Studio canvas. And it has to be a new start. But apart from that, that's it. You're entered. I mean, obviously, you know, in the spirit of things, they do expect you to like work on it. But if I only had time to like just do his little nose or something, you know, I've done a tiny little bit. It doesn't matter. As long as you've tried, you know, you've made a genuine effort. Like, don't be, isn't that, you know, obviously it wouldn't be, in the spirit of things, you put 10 drills down and don't do anything else just to get the prizes. Because they do have a giveaway. I actually don't know what the giveaway is. I think it's probably knowing them and what they did before. I think what they did, maybe a free kit for, and it's a complete lottery. Like, it's just, there's no, you know, rules to have completed X amount on X day or post pictures every week for your update. There's no rules like that. You're just, now, by joining the event, you're in it. And I think maybe you get a free painting at the end of your choice, they do a weekly raffle thing. You know, the spinny wheel, and I don't know, like a voucher maybe, just to like a gift card type thing for a smaller amount. But yeah, I like it. It's a very low pressure event. We like low pressure events because then I don't get grumpy about them. It's when people start saying, oh, you know, some events, they're like, right, send us an email with a picture attached to your progress every blah blah day, and I'm like, no, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen even if you just said post to a thread every week with your progress, and if you don't, that's it, you don't qualify. I probably wouldn't bother. Whereas if they say, here's a thread, show us your whips, how's it going, I probably would, if it was just like for fun. So that's, yeah, I have a funny brain. My inner rebel, like when you tell me to do something, I don't want to do it. Just, I know. Right, number 12. 13. Nice thing is they do come all in baggies, though I think they might be, I heard they might be changing this. I know they was looking into it, because apparently a lot of the static issues is because they're in these bags. So, yeah. It might be going to them sealed bags. But for now, we're in the Ziplocs, and that means easy. We don't, I did bring my scissors just in case of something. Oh, come on. But yeah, you just open and pour. I like simple, and it's faster. I don't know, we'll get this all in one video, unlike some of my other past kitting ups. I do have a playlist if you like kitting ups and you're new, or maybe if you're old. Sometimes I do that. Rebecca's is a good channel for that. Rebecca at 4Kids at 147, because she has so many videos, and she's been going for years. Like, even if I've seen the video before, it was such a long time ago that I'll I can't remember any of it. So if I can't find anything that's like current, on YouTube that interest me while I'm diamond painting, because I usually listen to YouTube while I'm diamond painting, then I'll go to someone's channel and look at their old videos. If they've got a playlist, I'm not going to bother if they don't have a playlist. Ain't no one got time for just sitting there scrolling through, but I have playlists. But I'll go and look at an old one, right, from the archives. So yeah, check out my old ones if you're new here, or even if you're not. And you can see that I'm exactly the same then as I am now. Chaos. Right, 15. This here. I was thinking before I started how I was going to arrange these bottles, because my preference would be DMC, but I think while I probably could manage it with 89, because they have a key go down either side of the painting, so it's not hard if I couldn't figure it out to just look it up. But I thought, you know what, it'd be a good practice for outside the sweet shop to find a system that works for me. I know there's people have all sorts of systems, like they'll have like shapes in one area and colour, or they'll do it by colour, but I don't know how. I keep flip-flopping. So I think probably what I'll do is I'll try a system. I was thinking just oh, I can't show it now, but like you know, like keyboard ones, things that are on my keyboard that I recognise, so letters and numbers and @ signs. That might be a good way, because I like, you know, you instantly, should have pulled my sticker off for that while I was there, shouldn't I? You know, they're instantly recognisable symbols, and I could just put all those in one place. But that's only about a third of the symbols, and I don't know how to do the rest. Maybe geometric or by colour. But I think it's going to be one of them things that I'm only going to figure out once I start. And you start realising which symbols are going to... Oh, come on. He's sticking to the label. That must be static. And, you know, and figure out my system that works for me. Because that's the one thing. Anybody who tells you there's a right and wrong way to diamond paint, I'd probably stop listening to them. Because there is no right and wrong way to do most things in diamond painting. Right, that's, you know, you just got to do what feels right for you. And if doing one colour at a time is what works right for you, that I might work on. Generally I work on quite small sections, but maybe I'll work on bigger sections for this, like a whole row across at a time. It would take obviously longer to do, but it would be less colour switching. Oh, they're jumping all over the place here. These have static. You know what? Just breathe some hot air into that bag, see if it helps. But yeah, and then that might, oh, what was that? Is that a bit of trash? Supersized bit of trash. Oh, I'll put that over there, where I will forget about it and find it on the floor at another time. But yeah, that, because I was thinking about doing that for outside the sweet shop. Of course, then you get a different problem, don't you? Then you're like, you're looking for the symbols, and then you put your colour away, and then obviously you spot another symbol that you missed. I do that anyway, even when I'm working on a small section. So I have no hope on a bigger one, but who knows? It may mean that, you know, when I'm looking for my colour, even if it takes a while to find a colour, I did not put a sticker on this. Even if I take a while to find the colour, you know, at least it's still worth my while because I'm still going to do quite a lot of drills as opposed to like just 5. Come on. Just 2 hanging out in there. What are you up to? I'm not leaving you unsupervised. There. Okay, so let's put this on. We're not going to forget. We're not going to put it away before we put the sticker on. But yeah, so I'm going to start this sometime next week. Well, probably the Tuesday. The hope is the Tuesday. But obviously I want to finish, as I'm so close to finishing my round diamond painting. That's a 60 by 80. So if nothing else, it's just nice to get it out the way because, you know, they're quite, when you work on a big painting, like they just take up so much space. Though I do roll it up sometimes when I'm not working on it. If I know I'm not going to work on it for a day, you know, have a day off or something. Like for instance, I'm not expecting to work on it over the weekend. So after I work on it tonight, I'll probably roll it up. Oh no, that's wonky. That's going to annoy me. Well, it is what it is. And yeah, so I'll probably roll that painting up and put it in its box. Well, it's got that. Oh, there's one. No, what was it? Not that one. That one. That was the hoppy jumpy pot. I might go through afterwards and add some tumble dryer sheets. I'll do that off camera, don't worry. You don't have to suffer that. But I can't remember where I was going before then. Oh yeah, so I'll roll up that painting to get it out of the way. But after, so then I'll start this one on Tuesday. Probably work on it for a day or something, or 2. But then obviously I'll go back to the round and try and get it out of the way with. And then I'll go back to working on this one properly. But you know what it's like when you've got a new... What's that? Something hiding. You didn't want to go? But he has to. Right, 20. Let's do this. So, yeah. When you have a new start, when everything's kitted up and ready and you're eager, yeah, I've got to start it. Once it's started, I've got that little itch out the way, then I don't mind going back to the round and finishing that. But we need to scratch that itch. Fortunately, because it's going to be so busy over the weekend, nothing will be itching over Easter. So I won't be tempted to misbehave. I'm sure lots of people do. They have to post a picture, but I'm sure there are some people that, like, I don't know, consider it a race, maybe. I don't care. So I won't be tempted to start it early. The only other 21. The only other event I tend to do, diamond painting event, is Drills and Chills. So I do like me a nice Halloween. Where's me numbers there? I do like me a nice Halloween picture. And Drills and Chills usually starts in September. So you get 2 months to work on it. And also, I'm sure it starts in September. Maybe I'm imagining that. It feels like it goes on for ages. Maybe not. I didn't do it last year because I wasn't diamond painting at the time. And my memory is not one to be trusted. But yeah, that's another one that, you know, is very casual. You don't have to finish. And you can just, like, enjoy it. That's all I want. I just want to be able to relax and not feel like something's work. I've gone off a little tangent there. Story of my life. So, is anybody else doing the event? Let me know. Let me know what picture you're doing in the comments if you are doing the Purple Showers event. Or let me know if you're is event are my grammar. Are events your jam, or are you not fast? Because like I say, apart from those two, I'm quite happy pootling along by myself, listening to YouTube videos. That's my event. Right. Okay, we are 25% done, because that's my last sticker from that sheet. Actually, yeah, the last line is slightly less than a full line, so more than 25%. Right, 23. The colours in this are so nice. Like, they're very kind of new. It's a real nice combo. There's some really nice sort of, what's the word I'm looking for? Like natural colours, muted colours. I mean, this is a nice pale green, but there's lots of beiges and browns and stuff. And then out of the blue, it's like bam, pink. I love it. I love that kind of contrast. That's definitely up my alley, which is probably why I was like so happy to get stuck right in. Right, my 50. Right, new sheet. So that's my old. That's the ones I've just done, but it's got now it's got the numbers to the right. So I no longer need this one, even though he is the best boy. I will put him to one side. But yeah, let me know. Events, yay or nay? Did I ask as well if you are doing the purple shell ones? Let me know which canvas you're doing. I like Diamond Art Studio. I have a few of their kits. I just got a kit with this one as well. But there will be no unboxing for it because I messed up the video. And I am not the type of person that... I'm not the sort of type of person that's like, oh, let me roll it all up and then now pretend it's like, oh my God, it's amazing. Even though they, you know, people do say that they've to refilm it, but just no, just that's too much effort. It's gone. It is gone. You'll have to wait until I complete, because I don't really do post reviews either. Occasionally I get a whim to do one, but not very often. I learned quite early on that I didn't want to go that route of, and here's all my spare drills, and here's my trash. The only thing I'm really interested in on post reviews is to see the canvas. Unless it's a real horror show, obviously. Because if you're warning someone off, that's different. But apart from that, like, really, when post reviews, all anybody's there for is to see what it looks like. The rest is just padding, in my opinion. Don't come for me. So yeah, I learned quite early on I couldn't be bothered very often to do a post review because I'm lazy. But I did try it this. Oh, this is definitely not something I'm going to do on a regular basis. I know some people do monthly ones of their completions and things like that. For a start, I'm too slow for that sort of thing. 26. But at the very least, you'll see it in the review of the year. Of course, you have to wait till next January now. But I did do the review of the year last January, which is the first time I've ever done that. And I was surprised how fun it was. Because, you know, quite often you do put your paintings away. And, you know, occasionally if you've got a reason to pull them out, then you can and do. But for the most part, they're just sitting there rolled up or in a portfolio thing. It's rare that I actually go, you know, want to pull everything out and just admire my fine work. So yeah, it was nice to pull out some paintings and have a look at what I'd completed and my whips together. And I actually forgot a whip, so in that, because it was in the box, because it was that was a Diamond Art Studio. I've got that Excited Duckling. if you are familiar with Rebecca's channel, Add More Zest, it's the one she nicknamed Mr. Crackers, that one. I had mine before her. I bought that the day it came out because it was my birthday. So I wanted it as a birthday present to myself. Well, actually, no, it wasn't to myself. My other half bought it for me. He just didn't know. I was like, right, this is it. Right, that is $5.50. At least I don't have to look that up. I know $5.50 anywhere. So he, so yeah, and that was so that'll be 3 years ago in May, I think it was, and or maybe end of April. I can't remember. It was around my birthday, but yeah, and then I took a diamond painting break, and so he was rolled up in the box, and I knew about him. I hadn't forgotten about him, but I forgot about him when I was pulling everything out for the video, because everything else was like to hand, because I'd either recently finished it or you know, it was more accessible because it was a smaller painting or whatever. But that one, completely forgot about. So that's on my list to fit in again somewhere at some point this year. If nothing else, to just do a bit more work on him. He's I keep putting these top ones. Look, I've made a right mess of that. See if I can get that one right. Yeah. So even if I don't manage to finish that one, then I'll at least have worked on it and got a bit further done. 60 by 80. That's the trouble. Like, you buy a new painting because it's like this one. Bought it, jumped straight to the front of my queue to be done, and that happens sometimes if you buy a painting or two, especially as a lot, some companies. Not naming any names, but there's a lot of companies out there that, you have to spend a certain amount to get free shipping, which usually means 2 diamond paintings, or they'll have an offer that's buy one, get second 40% off or something, stuff like that. So you're always buying 2 paintings, and, well, you don't have to, but, like, I'm definitely a person who, it's not that I don't want more paintings. So I'll always take advantage of that, because I hate paying, if I have to spend more to save more, then I will. But it means then you get like a little bit of a backlog. So yeah, I've just got to fit my little duck. Well, he's not so little. He's a very big duck. I just need to find a place in the schedule between all the new paintings that I'm like, ooh, so pretty. First world problems, right? Oh no, I can't decide which diamond painting to do. I've got a few older diamond paintings that I bought just before my last break. And so obviously I didn't do them because I wasn't diamond painting anything. So yeah, I'm like, try not to buy more till you've done some of your older ones. But then you get handsome boys. You get handsome boys that you cannot not buy. That's my excuse. My excuse, and I'm sticking with it. I don't mind having a stash. I'll get to them all one day. There'll be a time where I'm too poor. Too poor to buy so many diamond paintings. And then I'll be like digging deep. Or like it covers the time. Remember that, like, the lurgy that shall not be named. Obviously, everybody was diamond painting because they couldn't go to work. It was lockdown. And then people were running out of diamond paintings because they didn't have a very big stash. And obviously, like, you couldn't get new ones because China was all in, basically lockdown, even worse than us. And Diamond paintings all come from China because they pretty much invented it. So all the factories are there. And yeah, and then all the cargo ships couldn't get through. So yeah, I'd rather, what is that? There's an unidentifiable thing in there. It just looks like a bit of brown paper. As long as it's not alive, I don't care. Or has been alive. I don't care if there's a bit of weird. My last art dot had something like that though. It was a chunk of plastic. But I don't know what it is with them. It's like something in the manufacturing process. You get all sorts of stuff in there. Right, 718. I will forgive them though, because I really like the art dot stuff. My dream one day is to get that big, what is it? I think it's a 481. Big 480 case. Does anybody have one of those? Is it worth it? Because there's obviously no diamond painting that's that big. And I just don't know if I can be trusted to have... I mean, I'll be able to give it a try on this one because it's got a separate level on this one. It's like a completely... It's got its own zipper and everything. So I could have 2 diamond paintings kitted up in the one case. But I don't know if I trust myself. I don't know if I trust myself because, like... Yeah. One of 2 things would happen. I'd either mix the drills somehow. Or I'd forget where I'd put it. Like I'd remember the big painting that's inside the case, but forget that I've got a smaller one in there. So I don't know. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. Father Christmas. We'll bring it. And then I'll have no choice. If it's a gift, you know, obviously I have no choice but to accept it. The fact that the gift would probably come from my other half and he would only get it if I've told him to get it, we'll just ignore that. So it's just a small detail. I say to him, like he's bought in the past, he's bought me some diamond paintings, but they're like the sort of the little stocking filler kind. You just go to a craft store or something like that. He's never bought like any big paintings he's bought. I've bought them and on his behalf sort of thing. Because I said to him, like, don't spend too much money buying these snack size ones. Because, you know, I like them. They're great. The little ones, kits from stores. And, like, quite often they're partials, which is nice. Because I don't have many partials in my stash anymore. I'll burn through a lot. I don't get, you know, like the PR kits. I used to get PR kits. They were such a... Right, there we go again. They turn into such a headache though, because of the stuff, you know, let's be honest, pretty much everything is stolen on a lot of these sites. And I think there are some that are better than others. They try. So if you tell them a picture has been stolen, they'll take it off because they're just buying from mass sellers. But for the most part, you know, it just feels like you're walking on eggs. Like, I'm not judging anybody who buys from these sites or, you know, or I'm not getting into the whole artwork thing. But, you know, even if I did do that, I shouldn't do it on my channel because, you know, if the artist sees it and they're feeling cranky, which, you know, let's be fair, they've got every reason to feel cranky, then they can report my channel to YouTube for copyright infringement. And I do not want to get a strike over some silly little $3.99 canvas. Do you know what I mean? It's just not, it's not worth it. It was such a headache trying to find artwork that's not dodgy. It's going to need 2. So I won't overfill my pot for a change. So yeah, I don't really do, I would never say, I never say never. But right now I'm not seeing any offers that I'm interested in doing a PR unboxing for. So I've gone off track here. Basically, I don't have any partials. So he buys, so I say to him, you know, he's allowed to buy the stocking filler type. Oh, I found a drill. Like the stocking fillers type ones, if they're partials. But don't go wild, because, right, 779. Because chances are you're just going to buy something bigger, and I'm not going to like it enough, because there's a very different view, isn't there, to the reasons why you like small diamond paintings. And I don't want him buying a big one unsupervised, because chances are, you know, I might like it, but it's a 50-50. But obviously I'd have to do it, because I wouldn't ever want to hurt his feelings either. You know, if he's taken the time to get me a gift, and he's probably thought about it as well, so it'll probably be something that I would quite like if it was just a little bit different. It's that kind of thing, the subtleties of something he might miss. Right, I should probably use scissors. Good job I bought my scissors. So yeah, you don't ever spend a lot of money on a diamond painting unsupervised. I'll just buy what I like, and that way it's safe. It's a lot safer to do it that way. I get what I want. He doesn't have a headache of trying to find me a gift. Everybody wins. Right, pop. 801. And that's probably going to be coming up, because it's my birthday in May. So I'll be like, yeah, I'll have a diamond painting, please. Except I think I'm probably going to buy a diamond art club. So obviously that means buying 2 diamond art clubs. So the cycle begins. I only want 1 diamond. Actually, that's not true. There are loads of diamond art clubs that I'd want, but I resist buying, because otherwise I don't have the room to store all the diamond paintings that I want. I say that. I don't have the funds for it either. It's not a cheap hobby. Not in vast, you know, high volumes. Do I get my bang for my buck? Yes, because I spend hours and hours and hours happily making, you know, doing the kits. So I'm not saying they're not worth the money, but, you know, it all still adds up. Is that going to fit? It might fit. It's going to be close. We're going to make it fit, is the answer to that. Oh yeah, that's all right. Loads of room. I could fit in at least another 10, 20 drills. No, it moves. That's a good one. Right. Okay, 41. I feel a bit dusty. Like, you know when your fingertips feel a bit, yeah. The drills are obviously a bit, I don't know if it's the bags or the drill. No, it must be the bags, because I'm not really touching the drills. A little bit on the dusty side. Wash my hands afterwards. Whoop, frisky. But yeah, so I don't have the funds or the space. I only live in a flat, an apartment. And it's probably, well, that would certainly push up the price, wouldn't it, of a diamond painting if I had to buy a whole house just to fit my diamond paintings in. And I live in the UK, and anybody who lives in the UK will know that our property prices are eye-wateringly high. But you know, that's the price you pay for living on an island. No, I've dropped my sticker. Don't stick on the table. Oh, phew. Yeah, when you live on an island, you only have so much space, and populations are growing. So, bit by bit, the house prices go up and up. Let's not buy a new house just to fit my diamond paintings in. Let's just show some self-restraint. Self-restraint. It's so boring being a grown-up, isn't it? I don't want to self-restraint. I just want to do what I want. But alas, I am a grown-up. Right. Oh, it's pouring with rain. I dare say that's going to be like that for a whole of Easter then. It's a bank holiday. Of course, it's a holiday weekend. Of course it's going to rain. It was sunny this morning. I think it's I don't know if anybody else is getting it, but so much wind. Outside, not me. I'm not talking about my my personal wind. But outside, it was howling down the chimney earlier. And I guess that's why it's very changeable. Because it was sunny this morning. I was like, oh, the weatherman was wrong. The weatherman was wrong because he said it was going to be raining. Hurrah! It was a lovely spring morning. Not anymore. Right, 44. Oh, another one of them. Tight pots. Oh, what else should I talk about? Naturally, I have no plan of what I was planning to talk about. I just wing everything. Just wing it all. It also means I repeat myself, so sorry. Sometimes I repeat myself in my own video. Sometimes I repeat myself across videos. So hopefully it shouldn't be so bad, because you know I was saying about how I have this big, at the start of the year I had this big cushion of videos. Because I had so many videos sitting there waiting. It was filmed but not edited or anything or put up. And I was just forgetting what I'd said before. Completely. And I'd remember thinking about it, but I couldn't remember if I'd said it or not. So I just said it again. Like, apparently I'm really obsessed with multiplaces. I just, it's so bizarre. I'm not going to go into my thoughts on multiplacing. But it's weird because I'm not really that fussed about it. But apparently in my videos I'm obsessed because I just keep talking about it. So yeah, rest assured. No, that is not the right one. Go up there. This is the one I want. Rest assured, I don't care about multiplaces. Use them all you like, as often as you like. It's absolutely fine. So yeah, sorry for the repetition. There's that game, isn't there? Like the word game. I can't remember what it's called. But you know, where you're not, you can't and so that's me out because I'm always like you can't pause and you can't repeat. I'd sunk on all counts. Because I definitely a lot. I definitely pause. I have these like brain freezes where I'm just like, I forgot what I was going to say. Forgot what was mid-sentence. Just like... And then... Right, hang on. Which one do I want? This one. 930? 930. And I certainly repeat myself, so... Yeah. I could make a joke now and say, oh, it's pouring for rain. You know, it was sunny this morning. But that would be lame. So who would make a joke like that? Not me. Well, I should try and think of something to say. It's interesting. Trouble is, I'm not that interesting a person. I should have brought out some of my diamond paintings, my whips, and but then I could show you. But then I'd pause doing the kitting up, and it just means it'd take longer. So I'd still have to find things to say. 47. 48. Oh yeah, I've got to go out in that later. That's going to be grim. Let's hope it stops. Or at least eases up a bit. Because I want to pop out to the shop. And, you know, I don't drive to the supermarket. I just pop... Because when you're in London... I mean, you can drive. Well, I can't drive at the moment because my other half uses the car to go to work. But when everything's like here and you have a high traffic because you're in the city, like taking the car out is often more hassle than it's worth. I mean, my other half has no choice because where he works there isn't any public transport. But he also gets up like really early in the morning, so he has to come home in like, oh, that was a bit of trash, but it's gone in now anyway. He has to come home in the rush hour, which takes him forever. literally. And but he drives to work at like 5 o'clock in the morning, 5:30, something like that. So he's beating the rush hour, but it literally takes him twice as long to drive home as it does to go to work. Poor guy. He comes home, he's knackered. Last thing you want is to sit in the traffic jam, but London life. But yeah, so obviously I don't drive in London. I have no need to. So when I go to the supermarket, if I'll get, you know, like home delivery, because all the supermarkets deliver to your door. So I'll get heavy stuff delivered, like once a week type thing. And then I'll just pop out to the shop for fresh food. You know, the stuff that you want to, you know, vegetables. I don't like them being delivered. I might go for some potatoes or something. But generally, if I'm buying some veggies or fruit, I want to have I want to see what I'm buying. I don't want to just leave it to some person who's packing an order, because they don't care about anything. It was really funny. I had a story from my parents that it was a couple of years ago now, but they had a home delivery, and they ordered. Oh, this is packers for you. They hadn't put in what they wanted, you know, whether they wanted substitutions. They just left it to the shop, best possible type thing. And I think they'd ordered apples, but they was out of apples, right? And do you know what they gave them as a substitute? Potatoes. They didn't even give them a fruit. I don't know. I don't even know. It was so funny. Like, she was telling me about it, and she was, you know, really annoyed. I was just laughing my head off. Out of apples, let's put in some potatoes instead. No, God. If that's not an example of somebody who really doesn't care about their job, I don't know what is. Oh, I'll drop another one there. Get in. So funny. Potatoes. One of my 5 a day. I'll have a nice potato for lunch. Nice raw potato. 9.39. I should pay attention to the bags. I'm starting to get to the point where they're could be a little bit mixed up, and I'm just like picking them up, not paying attention because I'm talking, and I can't do 2 things at once. So, can I fit that in? Oh, please let me. No, look at that. How rude. Well, I'll take a few out because I do have it quite full, and we'll put that in. Potatoes, honestly. So yeah, I don't ask them to do substitutions. Well, no, I'll do substitutions, but I don't have any that kind of produce on my delivery list. I'll go and get them myself. Is that anything? Have you ever had anything weird like that happen? Let me know. I want your best stories. Right. In you go. Right, now back to this one. But yes, as a result, I have to go out. Usually I do it on Fridays. I usually do like a sort of Monday, Wednesday and Friday supermarket trip, which is why I usually film on Tuesdays and Thursdays if I can. I try, like, that's like my allocation of free time, because I'm self-employed, so I work at home, so I can be quite flexible, but you know, there's limits. So that's another reason why I'm trying to get through this quick, because I'm having to, you know, I'm busy because I'm at work. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. That was not the one I wanted to do. Right, that's what happens when you talk. I need another lid. What do I do with the lid? Right, let's swap the lid. Put that's the remaining 939. So you saw that, didn't you? And you was like, what are you doing? Right, okay. Now we're all set. At least I noticed. Well, at least I noticed. But yeah, so today is really busy because normally I would go to the supermarket on a Friday, and obviously I need food because it's a 4-day weekend. And I hate going to the shops on Saturday. You know, I don't mind, you know, window shopping type shops. Well, I do because I'm not really a shopper, but you know, I do it. But having to go to a supermarket on the weekend. Oh, there's my siren. I'll wait for him to go past. And there was me thinking I might actually get away with it. Right, 53. Let's go these. Without it in video. Because let me tell you, they never go past. Well, not that's a lie. They don't often go past. You know, they're not going past every hour. And yet, as soon as I turn on that video camera, listen to me, it's my phone. As soon as I turn on my phone, like there must be like someone dials 999. So she's recording. Off you go. And they do. Right. 976. Put that there. Put that number there. So yeah, I will eventually get to the end of this observation that I've got to go out in the rain. I've got to get food today. I've got to film this because I won't be filming over the weekend. It's rare I film when my other half is at home. I mean, he wouldn't take the mickey out of me, but one, I'd feel a little bit self-conscious. For some reason, I don't know why, because apparently I'm not self-conscious about actually talking on videos by myself. Talking to myself feels much more natural than talking and somebody else listening in the home. But also, he can't be trusted. He would do something to embarrass me. So I'm just going to remove that possibility. Just stop him yelling out something. Though I remember once, bless him, I back in the day when on my colouring channel, but back then I was actually, you know, it wasn't even PR packages. I was buying from the budget sites because everybody new to diamond painting does that regardless. I think you don't know. And he'd been out for a walk and he came home. It was weekend, so he came home early and caught me like while I was mid session. Well, not even that. I was near the end, but I had like 10-15 minutes left to go, sort of thing. And I was like, oh, right, I'm filming, so don't make any noise. And he went and sat in the bedroom. I don't know why. He just took a newspaper, I think, or something, and just sat in the other room because he didn't want to make any noise. He was so conscientious. Maybe I'm being unfair when I say he'll heckle and do something to embarrass me. Because that time he definitely didn't. He just sat in another room, shut the door, so I could have peace and quiet. Bless. He's a good man. He's a keeper. He's a pain in the backside, but he's a keeper. Oh, some of these lids are tight. This is the one. This is the same man. I mentioned it. Some of this you might remember it, but I mentioned it on my Valentine's whipping chat. That on Valentine's Day one year, we don't usually do presents, but he bought me a bottle of Baileys because I do like my Baileys. And to make sure that I'd see it, because he goes to work in the morning before I'm awake, because ain't no way I'm getting up at 5 o'clock. Instead of like, I don't know, putting this gift like next to the bed, perhaps he thought I'd be half asleep and wouldn't notice it. He put it next to my toothbrush in the bathroom. I was like, okay, fine. 3328. 3328. Where is 3328? That is not 3328. What are we looking for? Pink? Okay, now we're officially mixed up. So 3. 3328. Time to start paying attention. This is all bound to go wrong then. But yeah. But it worked, because I did find it straight away. I did wonder why there was a bottle of Baileys and a card. I don't think I mentioned last time. There was a card there as well. He never buys cards. I don't know what he was... Clearly he was feeling guilty about something. I should have questioned it more. Now he's just like, oh, it's Valentine's Day. Buy yourself a Dymo. That's what he calls them. Get yourself a Dymo. A what? A Dynamo. A diamond painting. Yeah, a Dymo. Fine. He doesn't talk like that either. I don't know why I'm giving him that voice. Dramatic effect. Creative license. Right, 60. Let's do this. 3688. But yes, a lot of things to try and cram in today before the weekend. But I wanted to do it because, like I say, I wanted to get it up for you for today. Is 1st of April, which is the first day of the event. I've still got to edit the unboxing, but at least the unboxings are only like 15 minutes long. But they do take I do edit them quite a bit because, you know, people, personally, when I watch an unboxing, I always, like, if you hit the arrow key on YouTube, it'll skip ahead 5 seconds. When someone's, like, showing me the cardboard box, like, and I don't mean the diamond painting box, I mean the packaging it came through at the door from the delivery man. I'm not interested in that. Unless it's an actual, you know, train wreck. It's in pieces. Yeah, I might be interested. But apart from that, when you're doing an unboxing, I just want to see the painting. So, like, I do a lot of editing. Obviously, I don't expect anybody else to. You do videos and watch how you like, but you know, there's only one person that watches all of my videos. One person in the whole world that will watch every single video I make, and that's going to be me. So obviously, that is not correct. What am I doing? Apart from not paying attention. Let's put that back in there. Right, 3689. Where is 3? That's 3689. But you know, obviously, I just make videos that I would like, and if other people like them too, then that's a bonus. But if they don't, they don't. But yeah, so I always cut out, sort of, edit out the boxing, you know, the fighting, the struggle bus whenever I'm trying to get in a box, and the struggle bus whenever I'm fighting with the drills and all the rustling. And believe me, the struggle bus is real. So yeah, I actually edit them probably more than any other type of video I have. 3706. 62. But they're also, the flip side is they're only 15 minutes long. And I do watch all my videos, you see, when I'm editing. So usually twice, because I'm a bit OCD about it. Shock news. So the difference between having to watch a 15-minute video twice while I edit it is very different from when I do one of my whipping chats for my cross-stitch conversion, which, you know, they're going on for like an hour and a half. But, you know, on this one, for example, I paused while the siren, I think it was a police car, went past. So I'll go back as I'm watching that. You won't hear that. I mean, you might hear it start, but you won't have that pause where I've waited 10 seconds for him to drive past. Things like that. Or sometimes I say, oh, look at this photo. I'll put a photo in. I'll put a link in. And like, obviously I don't remember all that. So I pick that up when I'm editing that as well. I do make horrendous work for myself. And I know it. And yet I can't seem to stop myself doing it. It's like some sort of little masochist trait of mine. Just make life harder for myself. Right, I want 372, I want 64. That's 60. Oh, there it is. 3721. Really paranoid now. I mean, on the bright side, at least if I mix up colours, I also see that in the video. No, I don't, let's put this on. It's amazing what fixes I've done after the fact, where I see on the video I've made a mistake. Otherwise, I would be even worse. Perish the thought. Go on, go. Yeah. No, he's still won. All right, I'm going to come and get you. Sometimes I sound very London, I've noticed. Like I am ultimately like a Cockney, if you're familiar with it. I am East London, so there is a lot of dropping of my H's and T's disappear. So I don't say better, I say better. And if someone's called Harry, it'd be Harry. Do you know what I mean? It's that kind of thing. And I do try to, like, it's my I'm not like really bad, but the more relaxed I get, the more sloppy I get with my talking. My roots come out. Mostly I'm quite good, because like when you work on I worked in an office for more years than I care to admit, and you have a telephone voice because you can't talk to clients like you. Oh, I didn't put the number on. You can't talk to clients like you've just come off a market stall. So, and then it stops becoming a best behaviour and just like natural. It's not. It stops being. I don't want to say affectation. Big word. It's not fake. But I guess it's like a sort of a multilingual thing. If you could speak 2 languages, like, right, 3747 66. Oh, this one. So I guess it's a bit like that. Like you find yourself able to talk either way, and both of them are quite natural. So sometimes I'm on my best behaviour. Sometimes I just let it slide. To be honest, the reason why I as well make a bit of effort to not talk like that, dropping letters, or it's the same reason I also try not to use too much slang, even though I know it creeps in, because sometimes you forget a word is a British word or even a London word. And that's because obviously like people from around the world watch, which I still think is amazing. I love the internet. But yeah, you say all these words. If ever I say something and you're like, what? What are you talking about? What do you mean? Feel free. I won't be offended. I'm well aware that not everybody's always going to understand. Right, 3756 is this one. So, feel free to always ask me questions. And that's for anything, for what I say, or, anything really. As long as it's not too personal, I'll either answer it in a comment, or I might answer it in the next video, sort of thing. Whoops, that one went out. And that was not even static. There was no one to blame for that except me. Sloppy old me. 3756. But yes, that's why I try to at least try to make it a little bit easier. And also then YouTube subtitles. Don't get confused either. 3765. 3765, that's good then. Oh, nearly there. Got one more row to go, and it's not a full row. In fact, 20 colours left, isn't it? 69. I said there was 89 colours. Let's put them empty stickers up there. Right, 3765, which is this one. Yeah, and then at least if you can't understand me, at least there's a chance that YouTube might be able to translate me. Right, let's go. Right, next new sheet. Did I cut that off? Oh, I didn't do that one. Oh, idiot. Right, let's do it now. That was not a straight line. Oh, I'm all over the place. Oh. Cannot be trusted unsupervised. Should be my... I'm going to put that on my gravestone. Couldn't be trusted unsupervised. 3770, and this is colour 70. Oh, look, one of them's wonky. Let's just choose that. There we go. All right. Stop it raining. Maybe I will get lucky. Because it's so windy as well. You can't put up an umbrella. That'd be Mary Poppins. Except I won't. It'll just be inside out. Right, we need another label. Oops, ink all over my hand. So, 3770. Trim that. And we'll get another pot. And we're going to put the sticker on before we pour them in. And that way, oh, good job I had the lid on that. That way, get off my finger. That way I won't do that thing that I did last time, where I put the next colour in, the next sticker on it. God bless you, Mary Poppins. So yeah, if anybody's not sure what a Cockney is from outside and you've seen Mary Poppins, Dick Van Dyke, fake Cockney. Except, yeah, I love Dick Van Dyke. He's a good guy, but his Cockney accent wasn't the best. Well, I'll just leave it at that. It was very extreme. Right, what are we on? 71. So 3776. And where's my number? Here. There we go. 71. A lot of these ones, you can see there's just not that many drills in it, especially when you consider they've allowed some for, you know, trash drills and the like. Just not many in painting, but I love that. I do like my confetti pictures, even though that's why everything takes so long. I mean, I say I'm a really slow diamond painter, but like half of it is because I like confetti pictures. So they always take longer as well. But I love them. Love them. Right, 72. Where is it? 74, 70, 75, 76. Where's 70? Oh, there it is. Oh, that was the one I nearly did wrong earlier. I really must get around to making... I was thinking about making an ASMR short. Is that one of them? Yes. Because I've only ever made a short once. Oh, there's a drill over there. I'm not going to find him now. God knows where it is. Which was a Drills and Chills once before in the past. But you know what? That still gets views. And that was like 2 years ago. And it still gets drills. Apparently people really like the ASMR thing. No. I mean, I get it. Like when I'm watching a whip and chat, you know, there is something nice about that sound of drills being poured into the pot and stuff like that. but also I kind of need that conversation. I'm not sure if I would really be into it if it was just the sounds. Like I can take a short because they only last a minute. But I know there's some long ASMR videos. You know, they go on for an hour or more. What's your thought? I mean, you know, I live in, as mentioned a billion times, I live in London. And like, obviously there's traffic going past and everything. And it's quite noisy with the tooting of the horns and the sirens and the traffic. And yet, hardly, I don't really hear it because it all becomes like white noise. And it doesn't bother me. I've been in the countryside where it's equally quiet, so I don't need it as a comforter. I know some people can't sleep. They'll go to the countryside where it's quiet, can't sleep because there's no noise. And the noises that are sort of critters or like trees, branches cracking and things like that, and they just feel like people are breaking in when in fact it is just nature. 3799. Oh, excellent, because this is the last pot in that tray. Where's my lid gone? What do I do with it? Oh my god. Pro tip, don't put something see-through on top of something else that's see-through because it makes it really hard to find. Right. Alright. Get this. Yeah, so this is the last one in the tray. I would have had to have just left an empty thing there, and there's no way I would have let a colour like span two different trays. Right, so let's just swap this out. Here we go again. Right, so let's put that bag over there, and we want a new pot. Ooh. I do like when things are new. Everything is like sort of, it's not worn in yet, so it's like all nice and pristine, and the lids are tight and the foam is tight. 75. Oops, this is taking, oh, get off. This is taking a bit longer than I expected though. So much for a speedy kitting up. Yes, it's just the volume of colours, isn't it? Though at least I am fitting it into one video. When I did the mini Paisley, Jasmine Beckett Griffith one, my conversion, that was 90 colours. And I think I made, I know I made at least 2 videos, possibly 3. And that one I didn't actually finish because that's when I got my RSI. What do I want? 76. Oh, that was there. And is one of the things I did off camera. But that was 90 colours. But because it was from Ever Moment, it's the one thing I dislike about Ever Moment is when you're doing just like their colour, you know, a big spread of colours of small amounts. They come in those little sachets. Or even worse, sometimes they come in those big sachets, but they've only got still 200 drills in. I guess they do it to keep their options open. So they only use one type of packaging. But it means you're constantly having to cut open the packets. And it takes forever. I've just made a new purchase from them. Just today. No, yesterday. In the sale. Because it was their birthday sale on AliExpress. So I thought I'll take advantage of the discounts and buy the drills for my next conversion project, which I plan to start in the summer. Because that's the thing, it takes a while to do it all. So I prefer to, you know, you can't spot. I don't know why I did that like that. Did it wrong way, not the wrong way round, the opposite way round that I've been doing it though for the entire video. Oh. But yeah, it takes a while to prep a conversion. So I thought, you know what, let's just do it now and get the discount, because it's one of their better sales. I think only, well, they have a spring sale as well, I think. I'm not sure. Whoops. But really, their 11/11 sale is the best one in November. But I can't wait till then to kit up, you know, start the... I want to be working on it by then. I plan to start it in the summer. So that meant committing and buying it now. So I've got... That'll be winging my way. I might do that as a video, because it's quite a lot of drills. I bought 200,000 drills. That's not the entire project, but 78 is this one. No, what are you doing? Pay attention. 3834. But I also bought a few more drills for Dragon Race, just to take advantage of the... Because the thing about when you buy in just drills, the more you buy, the cheaper they get, like, respectively. Is that the word? Perspectively? No. Relatively. That's the word I wanted. So relatively speaking, they obviously the overall price goes up, but the per 1,000 price goes down if you buy more. So I thought, let's just because I needed a billion T 310 for my next project, and I'm not one of these people. Apparently everybody has bags and bags and bags of 310, except me. I use 310 for everything, so I have none in my stash. So I had to buy a load of 310, like 80,000's worth, you know, accounting for trash. Where's my number? So I bought a load of that, and then I bought the mix mat. Instead of like sending them a custom list, I just bought their 500 bags, mini bags set for the rest. So big bags for the 310, and then little bags. But of course, I didn't quite need 500 bags for this project, so I thought I'll add on a little bit extra for Dragon Race, even though I don't need it yet, because, well, if you've seen how slowly I work on Dragon Race, you'll know why I don't need more drills yet. But I thought I may as well get them and take advantage of the discount. Remember how I said, if I can spend money to save money, I do. And that's what I did. So when the package arrives, I'm going to have to obviously sort all that out. I'm going to have to, you know, separate out. Oh, the sticker's gone wonky. I dropped that. Good job. That is shiny paper. So yeah, I'll have to. You have to do. I'll do an inventory check to make sure, you know, they've sent all the drills I've asked for. But then also I've got to set them out for what's for my next project and what's for my current one, because they're all mixed up. So for people who like organisational videos, you'll probably love that sort of thing, because it's a lot of, personally, I'm not big on organisation, as you may guess by my haphazard style, but that's got to be done. Now, where did I put it? No, was that trash? Did I just drop trash? Yes. There was no drill. Okay. But that won't be for a couple of weeks, at least. So it's good. That's good. I should like and subscribe, and then you'll see the video. Hit the button for all notifications. Blah blah blah. YouTube. What a pain in the backside YouTube can be sometimes. The algorithm, the YouTube gods. If you've ever had a channel, you'll know exactly what I mean. It doesn't bother me that much, though. I say the words, but... And obviously I appreciate everybody who does subscribe. And comment and like and all those things. Because it does help my channel. Especially as YouTube is really annoyed with me at the moment. Because I've had not one but 2 breaks. But yeah, it's just like, I'm here for fun. I'm here for fun. Oh, 82, which is why I didn't care about when I didn't unbox my video correctly. Unbox my diamond painting, and the video went wrong. I'm just like, okay, it went wrong. Well, it was annoying, but you know, that's the way it is. It was, I'd messed with the focus. I'd been messing with the settings. And I forgot to reset the settings, which meant everything was out of focus. I'm like, you idiot. Like, you've got a whole video here showing people things. That's the whole point of it. If it'd been a whip and chat or something like that, or this, it wouldn't have mattered because people usually don't watch it. But when you're there for an unboxing, yeah. Not being able to see the picture. Actually, I knew I dropped one. Little tinker. Yeah, so I need to say, I was like, oh, delete. But yeah, if I'd you know, what I should have done was like, oh no, my content, I need to make another, that was next Friday's video. Oh no. And I'm just like, oh well. Might not be a video next week. Oh well. 83. Come on, go in, go in. Oh, I don't think this is going to go in. It might go in. Please go in. Oh, yes, yes. It's going to be a bit full. But we're in one pot. Go, get out. Please, no, they didn't want to go. Come on. Doesn't matter. If there's just one drill, I'm there. I'm getting him. It's not that bad. It was like that other one. Like, if I can shake it, it's not full. Because trust me, I have... No, that's 84. I have pots where I put things in and they're rammed so full that they cannot shake. And I always know I'm going to regret it. And I always do, but I still do it. Because where's the fun in that? Where's the fun in not having something you forget later down the line? You just open the pot and like... 84. See, now we're in all the browns, and all I can think about is chocolate. I didn't really get Easter eggs though, so I'm allowed to think of chocolate. Right, 85, which is 3861. Boop. Makes me want to, when I just had that, I don't know why, that's why I said boop, because I just saw that and like a little bit in my brain was just like boop. And I just said what I just said what I thought. Good job I didn't think anything bad. That would be more editing. I swear or say something I shouldn't have. If ever the sound suddenly disappears mid-video, you know I've just blurted out something. I was just like, that was a bad idea. I should not have said that. I have a whip and chat coming up that I'm already having regrets about, but I'm going to keep it in because, you know, whatever. But it was kind of a hot take, and even as I was saying it, was just like, oh, I probably shouldn't say this because there's always going to be, you know, it's the internet. There's always going to be someone angry on the internet, isn't there? It could be you, but hopefully it won't be you. Hopefully you'll just find it funny like I do. But yeah, I was just like, oh. But I just dug myself into the hole. You know when you start talking about something and you're like, and I actually said, you know, I should stop talking about this because it'll just get me into trouble. And then carried on. I was just like, oh. because I dug myself into a hole. What can possibly go wrong? Though I should, perhaps I should do it more often. It's always, you know, always those channels, isn't it? Like people aren't so interested in like nice videos, but if you have a hot take about something, you get loads of views and loads of clicks. It's quite a cynical way to do it, isn't it? Oh, let me just breathe in that because there is not static. See if a bit of moisture, hot breath will help with that down the line. But I think I will go through this afterwards and put in some tumble dryer sheets. Oh, we've got a lot of 3865. That's probably, I'm not going to put all them in pots. I'll probably put one bag in pot because that's still going to be 3 pots. 3864. But there's a limit to how many pots I want. And I think 3 pots is it. 87. In you go. Right, let's, one of them feel, no, they all feel the same weight. So let's just go for this one. Let's write the labels. Ow! Stabbed myself with the pen. It's one of them fine tip ones. I just stabbed myself with it. That's quite impressive. Right, so this is 3865. Let's do 3865. 3865. There's my scissors. Oh, that's actually already cut. I was thinking ahead. Let's do that now then. So don't forget. I should try not to smudge it though, because I have just literally just written it. I know it dries fast, but it has its limits. Six, 5. Okay, and that. Ah! Don't you dare! Oh no, don't! Come on, I've got to be really careful. There we go. This is one of those vinyl, like, you know, fake wood things, because it's like that PVC. It's not PVC, but it's like kind of vinyl type texture, which means anytime anything sticks to it, really sticks to it. And before you ask, yes, I have stuck a diamond painting canvas to it, the glue, and it was a nightmare. It was every bit as bad as you could possibly imagine. Right. I do not recommend. Right, looks like I'm probably going to have some room in that 3rd pot though, so we'll top it up from a 2nd bag, but we'll leave it at that. Let's get that spout right before I throw them all over the table. I don't know why I'm putting that lone drill in, because I might spill some more. Don't. Just do this. Just do this. There we go. So we're real sealed now. These are nice bags. I like it when they don't always come in these bags, but these are like the really thick ones. I keep those. Right, let's just get that out. Is he wedged? Is that why he's... I've just found... I keep finding rogue drills that I've missed. Right, let's get that there. So we'll just put these to one side. We won't put them in the trash. Well, I say trash. I've just said I'm keeping these bags. Peel the label off. They're good for not. I don't use it for my spare drills, but like they're quite good for things like special drills and stuff like that. Like if there's something I want to keep stored, but not in my main storage. Right. 3866. Oop. We've got a funny little symbol for that. I've never seen that symbol before. It's like a little O with a cross on his top. Right. Right. Okay. Oh, I didn't mean to slam that. So we are done. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to leave those thumbs up on the way out. And do watch for a whip and chat for this painting. Let me just put the best boy here again. Yeah, I'll do a whip and chat with this guy. But I'll get it once I get started. So hopefully when you see it, you'll actually see some of him painted. And yeah, see you all again soon. Bye for now. Bye.